This is gold, Mr. Bond. All my life I've been in love with its color, its brilliance, its divine heaviness. I welcome any enterprise that will increase my stock, which is considerable.
I think you've made your point, Goldfinger. Thank you for the demonstration.
Choose your next witticism carefully, Mr. Bond. It may be your last. The purpose of our two previous encounters is now very clear to me. I do not intend to be distracted by another. Good night, Mr. Bond.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. There is nothing you can talk to me about that I don't already know.
Hello, YouTubes and Twitch and everybody else. Yeah, Getfrübe is also that Dutch, but that's the, for my taste, the best dialogue in any video ever. Simple go, no, I won't explain my evil deeds, I will just kill you. With that said, welcome. As you are probably aware, the tall one isn't with us today. He had some work to do, I guess was the thing he was saying. So I'm guessing Warren has somehow locked him into the basement, making him pack packages, something like that. Maybe. I welcome you all in chat. And before we start, I need to wet my whistle. Yeah, Lorna, I know they claim to be working. Just leave them. So today, since Jerry is not here, we will do things a little bit different, but only slightly. Hello, Maddock. Since these projects are totally new to me too, at least most of them, we are going to read the description text all together. First of the evening... Oh, wait, I nearly forgot to give you lot the link. Hang on. I'm guessing this is it. I hope. Brains by Flaboy. A little Halloween project I recently did for the spookiest time of year. It's Star Wars Legion. It's a short project, but it's lovely. I'm guessing those are 3D printed thingy-majigs, or he got them somewhere else. Nope, doesn't say. 3D printed zombie stormtroopers. Question to the audience. How on earth are they going to bite you if they still wear their helmets? I don't know. I'm guessing the officers can bite them. But with helmet on? Not so much. But nicely painted. I love the posing. And if you would use the snowtrooper rules, they would also be moving very slowly on the terrain. Just look at these little gory bastards. Oh yes, and since we didn't have the adult trigger warning just before the stream, of course I can't say anything like cunt, shit, fuck, or doorknob. Oh wait, I can. So I would like to see a complete army undead Imperials. Flaboy, get to it, please. Next is an orc project. I know we have seen this before. Oh, Twitch is doing adverts again. I hate that. Mad Dog, I could also call you a bellend or a wanker. I don't know which one is worse. Half-Mile Duck is doing retro orcs, and let me tell you, since we last have seen him, he's done some stunning paints. So you may remember last time he was having a assortment of old orcs, and shortly after that he starts posting finished pictures of very lovely goth Gretchens. Just look at these little buggers. And I'm guessing everybody that's around my age and has started 20 years ago with this hobby has somewhere still one or two of these lying around, floating in some cupboard or box. Just look at the amount of detail he manages to get out of these little plastic buggers. Those are absolutely amazing. And the goths, as they were painted in the original box, also very finely made up. I'm guessing... Oh no, he didn't drill the barrel. Oh, minus points for not drilling the barrel. But a very clean paint job for the fine lines of what do you call it? The checkered plate and his this back marking. Very cool. We need an army shot of that when it's finished. A large table full of greenskins. Oh, lovely lot. And here's the latest. Heavy weapons on an orc. Either he's blowing the enemy up or his face. That's just great. Maybe just as a suggestion, Ben, if you're watching, this could be potentially be a gold button, maybe. Also, a thing we looked at last week. Hello the days. Welcome to the madhouse. Yes, Stanley, final liberation is very much the thing. So we have seen the flying, the maiden flight of Spear 6712, whatever, and the crash landing, but he's going for another one. A Tiger Moth, a double-decker. Oh, and I'm so excited! I really love these things. I think I really need to get my hand on one or two of these. Even though I don't know if I've got the space to use the what you call it, the building instructions in the way that he did. Just look at all the space you need. So the old girl is fixed, but he lost the undercarriage. I don't think that will improve flight very much. At least won't help with landing. You never can have too many buttons, just like models. Look at the detailing in this model. This is, dare I say, also educational? I know, a hobby that's almost educational is unheard of, and somehow feels a bit dirty, but only a bit. Oh, and let me just make one thing clear.
Oh, shut up, you cunt!
Next up is a very interesting project. So this is not minis, well, not at least, but a let's design a game. And he's designing a game around the Emu Wars. I don't think that has been done. Or is there any rule set on Emu Wars? You tell me. I only know of this very weird abstract thing that happened sometime in the 1930s. And he started in November with the idea and has used 2 days of research. If any of the audience has any deeper knowledge or knows some links where he can find inspiration, information, or maybe even hints on an existing gaming system, maybe drop it in the comments of this project so that he can go forth with it and maybe to all our amusement finish it, and then we can have a game of Australians versus emus. Maybe not lose this time. Dutch, I don't know where Robert has gone. Literally, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I was looking at one of his projects earlier today, or should I say I was trying. Gone. Not on the site anymore. Not even the user. I have no clue what has happened there. And no Jerry here to ask, so I don't know. I know he's still on Twitter. Maybe go to Twitter and ask him there if he thinks it needs discussing. I think he will tell us. If not, he will not. Yeah. But I'm digressing. Oh god, no. I'm not even using Gary to digress. Denzian. We have seen this project sometimes, and he's adding more stuff. Last time he showed off his Afghans. Very colorful, very nicely based, gloriful troop. And he's done more. Why? How many Afghan warriors do you need? How big is the table going to be? This is starting to be getting into the realms where you may have chosen the wrong scale. Maybe you should have chosen 15 mil or 10 mil. Otherwise you're getting very spacious problems. But he also tried rebasing for whatever reason. And he is punished for it. His feet are off. Why rebase? I never understand that. It's a weird concept, rebasing your miniatures after you've spent so much time and energy in getting them on the base in the first place. Well, he did it. They look fine. I hope the soldier with the broken legs is getting well soon. And I really hope, Denzian, if you ever listen to this, we will get some table-wide shot, not just 1 or 2 units with some close-ups, but a large battle shot. That's what I would like to see here. Grimwolf has done a project, or should we say he's working again on a project he has started long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Oh, by the way, if you haven't listened to our podcast, go and listen. Unless you haven't seen The Mandalorian, then go see The Mandalorian first, because spoilers, lots of them. Seriously, don't watch the podcast or listen to it if you haven't seen The Mandalorian and you're planning on do so. So, what is he wanting to do? He's wanting to create the 104th. I think we had a chat about that way back when. But then Nothing happened. And then he started choosing color schemes. I'm still not sure where these color schemes come from. Are you there? Can you tell us where these color schemes come from? No touch, nobody dies, I guess. I think. Or maybe someone dies. A lot of different colors. I wouldn't want to do any of them. That's why I stay with the OG Stormtroopers, plain white and black. Done. Finished. Next. Selecting minis. Yeah. Prime them all. Have fun with that. Especially the assembly part. Well, at least you're not playing clankers. A large list of paints, which I'm not going to go through now. Another... You're straying from the path of Sorastro. I'm disappointed. Oh, from the TV show. But did you make the mock-up PDF picture, or did someone else do that for you? By the way, can you call Clone Wars a cartoon series since it's animated? Pinterest. Oh, Pinterest is hell. Never go to Pinterest. Pinterest is the worst. Pinterest.
Hey, fuck you.
Never go there. So, let's see his points list. Captain Rex with aggressive tactics. 4 core troopers. Arc troopers. And 2 support. Looks like a decent offensive force. Though I don't know if those stand a chance if you're getting up against a force user of any description. Especially young Skywalker. And I mean Luke, if he's jumping about all the place and swinging his lightsaber. Vader not so much, he's too slow. But if Luke appears, he's annoying as fuck. Yeah, nice one done. Keep it up. Keep it up. I will remind you next Sunday after we've watched You Know What and discuss You Know Who. And then we will talk about your project at some point, maybe again. So, next project. Yes, Panzer, Mando. The Mandalorian. American War of Independence. He doesn't know what he's doing. Well, welcome aboard. Neither do I. So Balthazar is starting a historical era project he knows nothing about. So this is again a project where you, my dear viewers, may chime in with your wisdom on the knowledge of American War of Independence. Not to be confused with the American war on voting that is occurring right now. Sorry. So he's gotten himself a big box of Liberty or Death from Warlord Games, and there's awful lot of things in there. He was so kind as to give us a list of what's in there, because I wouldn't know. 4 blockhouses, 4 resin gabions, 90 British infantry, 120 Continental infantry, 30 Hessian infantry, 3 artillery gun frames, 30 colonial militia, 8 woodland Indians. That's a lot of minis. That's even more than the Legion project we just saw. And some foreground terrain to add just the extra oomph of doing stuff. Oh, and a very nice big picture. Lloyd, do you see this? This is a very big picture. Let me show you how big. This big. It's enormous. And it's in total Jerry focus. I can see every spot on the table. The resin terrain isn't in focus, and the foreground terrain isn't in the foreground. Or in focus. Let's see if this second picture is a bit better. Yes. That's a lovely little hut, isn't it? What's that in the background? Looks like a 40k Dreadnought with some green stuff on its shoulders. What are you hiding? Why are you not showing your stuff? Why are you hiding it in the cupboard? Are you scared? Well, I'm sure is. On to the next project. A Tower Army. This project is old. And I don't know why it popped up in the stream. Maybe somebody did a recent comment on it. But I think since this is Caesar, the one who does the lovely comics, we should give him some appreciation for doing hobby. And actually, the conversions he's done on these Tau is really something different. Just have a look. It's basically the amalgamation of 40k meets World War II tanks. I'm not so sure if really any Tau would add sandbags to their hover tanks. Well, you tell me. But what I can tell you is that the paint job and the overgrowth is really nice. And the one picture I looked at earlier, this one, hell, that's a huge fucking walking hedge. It's something. Why is there somebody needing a P in the background? Can anybody tell me what this mini is? And why is she needing a P? What is this? Yes, Jerry would know. Sadly, he's not here, so we can't ask him. I have no clue. I've never seen anything like that. And also, Caesar, why are you painting women that are desperately needing to pee? I'm guessing some weird fetish, maybe? On to the next. So Piers, he's a reoccurring guest from Harry Potter. I couldn't know. With that weird backdrop, I have to look that up later. So again, Piers is doing Rogue Trader New School, and he's saying the project is run as an opposite to my Mordheim project. For Oldenheim, I'm using 1980s figures to play Mordheim. This time I'm reversing the theme, and while I'll be using the original 1987 Rogue Trader rules, I'm trying to get this project purely with current GW plastics. Well, there's your problem. I'm starting from scratch, figure scenery vehicles, and it also plays into one of my pet dislikes, painting plastic figures. While plastics are great for conversions, I've never enjoyed painting them, so part of this project will be to try to get over the hurdle. Will be interesting to bring the quasi-RPG nature of Rogue Trader to life with current wealth of GW plastic kits. Well, I'm guessing you're disliking painting plastics because they literally weigh nothing. And if you're having to paint something that weighs nothing, you always... The haptic feedback is missing. Maybe try putting weights in the bases. So let's start in the beginning, because this is a medium-sized project that has been going on for 2 years. So these Void Pirates aren't really current miniatures anymore, I'd say. But he does a very nice job on painting them. as we have repeatedly stated in this program before, he's a way too talented bastard to look at. I'm always getting painter's depression looking at this stuff. Just... Look at it! Annoyingly good. And this is 2 years old. So let's see where he has taken it. This is still old. And then he got himself a huge chunk of books and plastics. Sorting resources, yes, always a good thing to sort out things you don't need and then chuck them in the bin and never look at them again. So, Imperial Agent Mercy Angelus currently operating with Inquisitor Solace in the Chronos sector. But why does he have a shish kebab? I need some sausage on that. Yes, I'm hungry. Inquisitorial Agent. These are these current models or are these conversions? I'm guessing these are partial conversions because they look too good to be GW miniatures. They have let me rephrase that. They have too much character to be current GW releases. Oh boy, this is going to get me some hate now, does it? Void Pirate first made Kruger. Why did you wait a year to continue on this project? These look so stunning. Look at this red. And he drilled the barrel. See, people, this is why you drill the barrel. It just looks better. It looks three-dimensional. But he sure is taking his time with this. But I think the wait is worth it. He has done a magnificent job on this one. Now pester him in the comments to do more. Speaking of more, this is a project we have seen again not so long ago, but wait, here we were, test model, a Path to Conquest model, which is, I think, a very nice test piece, though the basing looks a bit like it could use a visit to the hairstylist. And then he's doing them batch-wise, which is a reasonable thing to do if you want to get anything done in any time. And again, glorious Jerry focus. I can read every label in the background. And I can see fuck all detail on the miniatures. I'm sorry, but yeah, I need to clarify something. I'm laughing this hard now because I realize I do this myself more than once, but only for pictures I take that I then chuck on Instagram where nobody enhances them, so it doesn't really gets noticed. Except when I look at them and I go, God, they're so out of focus. And then he's going to color theory for his next step. And I really like these heraldries he has gotten himself. OGW Warhammer Fantasy with proper basing. I'm guessing he's not using this shield exactly. That if you do this in that size, I would be very much impressed. Sadly, he hasn't progressed in his painting for the next miniature so far, as we don't see any shielding. But there's hope that Frederick 555 is going to continue to impress us with his painting. Next is something by Rickabot41, and he's doing stuff. Hello, Taffy. Yes, I came from behind, and then Jerry was shot on the trains, and explosions happened and things. Getting things in focus isn't that hard if you if you use your smartphone to take pictures. Hold it at the thing you want to take a picture of, and then give it a slight tap on the thing you want it to be in focus. That usually is sufficient. Back to the projects. Rickabot41 does... what does he do? 40k. Grimdark Universe Konrad Kurz. Kursi? Curse? Whatever. Who can say? So we have been here half a year ago, and he has made some progress with very interesting miniatures. I seem to remember that Jerry and I were talking about the weirdness of the helmets on these, which isn't in any way, shape or form the fault of the painter, but simply GW doing GW stuff. And I think he's getting a nice force together. It's a recognizable painting pattern. The lightning effects do look decent. He still needs to do some bases. It would be weird to have your commander on a very display piece arty base and everybody else is on plain white bases. But I'm guessing he will be getting there. Oh, see? This is what I meant. And these are the weird helmets with the thingamajigs on top of them. Excuse me. Is this a drilled barrel or a black spot? I'd say it's a spot. Maybe drill him out next time. That would be looking much nicer. So he's looking for alternative heads, obviously, which nobody can blame him, for his raptors, which kind of look like they're stumbling around. The one on the far left looks like he's trying to sneak into his room without his mummy noticing. More or less everybody does this? I don't know. I guess flying models on foot do look weird by default. But then again, maybe it was intentionally funny posing, which I doubt. Oh, and a Contemporary Dreadnought. These Dreadnoughts remind me more of the original Dreadnoughts from Space Quest way back when they looked very funny and spherical with weird faces. Drilled barrels are the best. He's getting onto something here. Look at these lovely dudes with their very weird helmets. seriously, how would anybody be fighting with those? You could get nailed to a wall with them. Or you couldn't walk in any smaller hallway because you would be scraping the roof all the time. Except these guys walk in first, then there's probably no roof left. Riggerbot, nicely done. Add some paint now to your new collection, and we shall revisit it sometime. Next project, Orc Aeronautica. Since October is sadly done, GW hasn't released anything but a reimagination of Gasku. I'd say we're in desperate need of some Orkinish. Tathirak, whatever. Got some... Did we look at this? No. So the idea is to use US Air Force insignia, which, yeah, I guess has been seen at some places, or not at least on the Robotech Macross saga. But I think the way it is done is really interesting. It's a boiled down version because the miniatures are too small to actually do some skulls and crossbones. But I like it. Colorful, cheerful. Could use more red. Let's see where we end up. Oh, skull and crossbones transfers. Nice. Though the one on the left looks like a bit he has problems with his teeth. You know, the flexible Tyrannosaurus toy meme with a... Oh god, I'm not good at this alone, I know. Apologies. Stick with me. We're almost done. But he's done a lot of them, and these look like a very nicely coherent force. Lovely detailing on the little black moon there. These look cute. But again, some more red maybe. Just maybe. Some rally stripes or something. And next up, a bomber idea. Well, I'm pretty much stoked on what will be happening to that bomber. Next project is something for the eyes. It's a short one. We have seen it before. Dutch blood axes could be coherent, and also what would they call the flash boys, flash kids, the one with the shiny blinky stuff. Oh, I need to read up on my 2nd edition codex. So this is by Duster, and we had seen his or her work on the God, words escape me. I lose my words between somewhere here and here, so bear with me. Nighthorns, I think these are called Nighthorns. Spooky ghosts with chains, we call them. And there's the captain. And this looks stunning. But this isn't his work. So he's only done some of these little green gobbly ghosts and is now setting himself a new goal. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this miniature done in this paint scheme. This could be interesting. We shall watch your progress with very high interest. Next up. Oh, wait. I can't internet tonight. Yeah, Celtic Man. We need to differentiate the paint jobs people do to some models from the companies that actually make models and rules. I think, at least in this show, because we are looking at the paint and conversions, and we don't talk about companies snorting their own crack in the US or trying to murder independent retailers from out Nottingham or something. Am I in trouble now? So, last one for today. Earth and Heaven. No, Heaven and Earth, a samurai project by Alfonso the Traitor. He's a traitor? Don't trade. A samurai project by Test of Honor Samurai Miniatures game from Warlord. Never heard of it. Jerry Shaw will shout at me next week. Let's go and see how... Oh, this is a lot ongoing. I remember the little pikey ones. I think we have been here before in the far distant past. Just look at all these goblin green ninjas. No, samurais, sorry. Ninjas are the ones you don't see. And peasants. Doing a lot of peasants. We need more civilian models in wargaming, I think, personally. To make city fights and villages look more lived in. And maybe even implement them as some sort of extra goal, diversion, maybe even as some obstacle that has to be overcome in order to reach your goal. Oh, rivets on gates. Yes, I can see that. And I also can see that it's a lot of work. An army of headless pikemen. And headless shooties. Oh, and he's into your Zelda and Links. No, Zelda is the princess, Link is the hero. That way around. Wish we were allowed to leak double posts. Yes. Oh, this is a big one. You know what I hate? Talented painters doing decent photos of their paintings. Did you look at these eyes? I can see the iris is... At some point, I will be tempted to gnaw off somebody's arm. How can people be so good at painting? It's unfair. And some samurais. They don't need to fight. They already have their heads on the stick. Problem solved. No need to fight. Go home. User talented bastard.
Die!
Yeah, but you still need to get the basic done. They are not finished. You still need to get the basic done. I have spoken. So, this is it. This is today's show, because my brain stopped working half an hour ago, in case you haven't noticed. I'm hoping that Jerry will be with us next week again. I'm hoping you will be with me next week again. It's a short one for the short time. And we don't mention the war. Never. Also, Warren, I know you're not listening. You need a tricorn. Yes, Holland, chat on Sunday, watching on Friday, chatting on... I'm guessing I may get the next episode 3 times as well. I hope. Maybe I even may look at the first again, just to get some more details out of the LA scene at the beginning of episode 9. With that said, Panzergebot, while you're there, I need to be a bit ghastly. Look what I got. That's Natasha Kerensky's Mac. A Clan Wolf Daishi. Sometimes I'm lucky, because these little boxes are blind boxes. You never know what's in them. Maybe I'll do a decent Black Widow paint job on this. Maybe I'll do a Spider-Pig paint job. If you got suggestions, go to my Battletech project and leave comments. Oh, Dutch, if you don't know Spider-Pig, you need to Google Spider-Pig. And with this said, bye.